Hello students! Welcome to our new session here at Core Institute of Technology. I'm Chodilita R. Obiena and I'm so excited to have you join me here as we explore today's topic on equity, diversity, and inclusion in education. Without further ado, let's first break down the core concepts of EDI, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and why they are crucial in today's education system, particularly in a TESDA accredited school like Core Institute of Technology. First up, let's talk about diversity. Diversity refers to all the unique qualities and experiences that each learner brings to the table. Things like cultural backgrounds, personal abilities, and areas of interest. For instance, in Core IT, we have students coming from rural provinces and urban cities. This diversity shapes the way they approach technology and learning. Some might be amazing programmers, while others might have a flair for multimedia design or networking. When we recognize this diversity, we can design learning experiences that meet the students' strengths and sparks interest. Now, let's discuss equity. Equity means to ensure that every student receives the support they need to succeed. This doesn't mean giving everyone the same thing. It means giving each student what they need based on their unique circumstances. For example, imagine you who struggles with limited internet access at home. You may find it challenging to complete online assignments, right? To promote equity, the school or the training center could offer alternative resources like printed materials, offline assignments, or even provide access to school facilities with a stable internet. This way, every student has a fair shot to success, regardless of their challenges. And let's talk about inclusion. Inclusion is all about creating a classroom environment where every student feels respected and empowered to participate. Picture this: in a group project in your Core IT class, students are working together in a tech project. Inclusion means making sure that even the quieter students or those who may not as confident with technology are given opportunities to contribute. Maybe one student is a natural at organizing tasks, while another excels in creative design. By fostering an inclusive environment, everyone's unique strengths are recognized, and everyone feels they are an essential part of the team. Before we proceed, let's watch a video that speaks a message about EDI.
Mom, my shoelaces.
You can do it.
Please.
Okay. 2 bunny ears, loop around and pull together. Got it?
I don't want to be here.
James, I want you to pick an artwork you like and tell me about it. Art is a wonderful thing and I want to enjoy it with you, okay?
Okay.
What do you see?
Sit here.
Okay.
Before you towers a terrifying scene of war. Thousands of forces break the grassy ground in a cavalry charge. Soldiers sporting blood-red uniforms ride with valor in a fearless resolve to attack. Some blow military bugles, others raise their voice in a war cry. Mighty silver blades are exalted above their heads. Leading up front, a commander on a mighty white stallion. The beast's eyes were wide and ferocious, every muscle and vein pulsing through his skin. The commander rides the steed high, his face blazing with heroism, but still in his eyes a glimmer of fear. For at the front line, survival is not guaranteed.
I'm so proud of you.
Can you describe that one to us over there?
Now that we understand these key concepts, let's take a closer look at some of the specific EDI issues and challenges that Core Institute of Technology faces and explore how we can address them. First, key EDI issues and challenges in Core Institute of Technology. In our efforts to advance EDI, I have identified several key issues and challenges that impact you and your learning experiences. Let's break them down. First issue is digital divide. The challenge, internet connectivity. One of the most pressing issues we face today is the digital divide. This refers to the gap between students who have access to technology and those who don't. At Core Institute of Technology, many students, especially those from the rural areas, struggle with reliable internet access and modern devices. This is a significant barrier to online learning and accessing digital resources. Imagine a student who can't attend online classes or submit assignments because of internet connectivity issue. To address this, we must ensure that all students have the tools and resources they need, whether through providing access to campus computers, distributing printed materials, or facilitating internet access in areas with connectivity challenges. Another challenge is cultural insensitivity. As assessed the accredited institution, we cater to a diverse group of learners, and it's essential to ensure that the programs we offer are culturally relevant. Many of our students come from various regions of the Philippines, each with its own set of customs, languages, and values. Programs that aren't culturally sensitive can create barriers for students to connect with the content. For example, training programs may focus on practices that are not applicable or meaningful to students from certain cultural backgrounds. To overcome this, we need to tailor our programs to be inclusive of various cultural contexts. This includes updating our curriculum to reflect the diverse needs and experiences of all learners. One significant challenge that we encounter also is age bias. Age bias refers to the tendency to treat students differently based on their age, and it can be particularly challenging for adult learners in an environment where the majority of students are younger. In many educational settings, especially those that cater to technical and vocational training, there is often an unspoken expectation that students are primarily young adults, usually between the ages of 18 and 25. This can lead to feelings of exclusion and discomfort for older students who may find themselves surrounded by younger peers. We need to create tailored programs that considered the unique needs of adult learners, offering flexible schedules, mentorship, and career-oriented training that speaks to their life experiences. This will help break down the barriers of age bias and foster an inclusive learning environment for everyone. Now, we'll explore the strengths of TESDA policies, focusing on how they benefit you, the core IT students. These policies help you gain valuable skills and provide opportunities. Let's take a closer look.
Dumarami ang mga college graduate na kumukuha pa rin ng mga vocational course tulad ng alok ng TESDA. Requirement daw kasi sa ilang in-demand na trabaho abroad. Yan ang tinutukan ni JP Soriano.
Nitong Setyembre, nakagraduate ng Mechanical Engineering ang 25 taong gulang na si Stephen. Pero imbes na maghanap agad ng trabaho, nag-enroll muna siya sa isang TESDA training school sa Marikina para sa skills course na welding. Ang target, magtrabaho sa Germany kung saan in demand ang trabahong welding.
Yung certificate po na binibigay din po ng TESDA, talagang medyo maganda po yung opportunity kapag nagkaroon ka po.
Ang binanggit niya ay ang National Certificate 2 o NC2 TESDA Certificate na isa sa mga requirements sa mga skilled worker na nais magtrabaho sa abroad. Gaya niya, sumabak din sa welding training sa TESDA si Mary Ann na graduate na rin ng kolehiyo.
Target ko po is sa Australia.
Ang mga tulad ni Stephen at Mary Ann sumasalamin sa pag-aaral ng Philippine Education Situationer, Challenges and Ways Forward. Ayon dito, dumarami ang mga college graduate na kumukuha na rin ng Technical Vocational Education and Training o TVET gaya sa TESDA. Noong 2018 nga, mas marami pa sila sa mga hindi tapos ng college, high school at elementary. Ayon sa Labor Department, depende talaga sa ina-applyang trabaho kung dapat kumuha ng isa pang kurso.
Maring natapos mo political science, pero hindi naman yun yung kurso na akma dun sa ina-applyan mo.
Kung gusto makasiguro sa simula pa lang, alamin na ang mga mauusong trabaho at iangkop agad doon ang pag-aaralan.
In-demand courses na lumalabas yung sa digital economy.
Sa ilang job fair, pareho naman daw natatanggap ang mga aplikanteng graduate man o hindi, gaya sa lungsod ng Cebu. Dahil patuloy na tumataas ang demand sa mga TESDA graduates, sabi ng DOLE, isinasama na rin nila sa kurikulum ng TESDA ang tinatawag na soft skills. Ibig sabihin, hindi na lang po ituturo yung mga technical training, kundi ituturo na rin ang managerial skills, gaya ng tamang pag-handle at pakikipag-usap sa mga tao para mas lalo pang umangat ang career ng mga TESDA graduates. Para sa GMA Integrated News, JP Soriano, nakatutok, 24 oras.
One of the key strengths is the alignment with national standards. For example, core IT students, you, enrolled in TESDA programs follow training that aligns with industry-specific standards, such as those required for software development, network administration, and cybersecurity. By meeting these national standards, you are better prepared to work in top companies and thrive in the IT field. Another major strength is competency-based training. Core IT students undergo hands-on training in areas like coding, system troubleshooting, and network configuration, right? Rather than just studying theory, you prove your skills through practical assessments. This ensures you are ready to tackle real-world IT challenges from the day one of your career. Core IT students benefits from TESDA's strict adherence to national guidelines, which ensures that every program meets the highest standards. For instance, in a course on database management, students or you are taught using updated technologies and methodologies. So you are equipped with the most current knowledge in the field. Inclusivity is another standout feature of TESDA policies. Core IT students benefit from programs like the Recognition of Prior Learning or RPL, which allow those with previous IT experience to get official certification for their skills. TESDA also ensures that programs are gender responsive, offering an equal learning environment for both men and women in tech. Additionally, support is provided to marginalized groups, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to succeed in the IT sector. Industry linkages play a significant role in the success of core IT. TESDA training programs are closely tied to the needs of the IT industry. For example, the core IT students study under curricula developed in collaboration with tech companies, ensuring the skills you acquire are directly applicable to current job market demands. Through on-the-job training or OJT, the students gain real-world experience by working alongside professionals in the fields like software development and IT infrastructures management. Lastly, TESDA places a strong emphasis on quality assurance. For you core IT students, this means that every training program undergoes a rigorous evaluation to ensure it meets the highest standards. Whether it's a course on cloud computing or network security, TESDA ensures that you students receive top quality education that will help you stand out in the competitive IT job market. For the last part of the session, let's talk about best practices in education for promoting equity, diversity, and inclusion or EDI through innovative programs across the Philippines. These local initiatives are transforming education by ensuring it reaches all learners regardless of their circumstances. Our first local best practice is the DepEd Commons, implemented by the Department of Education in the Philippines. This online platform offers a treasure trove of free downloadable educational resources for both students and teachers. What sets DepEd Commons apart is its commitment to accessibility. It works even with minimal internet connectivity and for areas without internet access. It provides offline modules. This initiative is a game changer for students who may not have reliable internet access, ensuring they can still access high-quality educational materials no matter where they are. The DepEd Commons addresses the digital divide. This initiative is particularly crucial for students in rural or underserved areas who may not have reliable internet access. By offering offline modules, it ensures that all students, regardless of their internet capabilities, have equal access to quality educational materials. These help bridge the gap between students who have advanced technology resources and those who do not, making education more equitable. Next up, the Senior High School for All Ages initiative, implemented by the Ateso Educational Program. This private educational program offers flexible learning schedules, slower paced modules, and personalized mentorship to older learners returning to school. Many adults in the Philippines face challenges when returning to education, whether due to work commitments, family responsibilities, or other life events. This program provides the necessary support, helping these learners balance their education with their personal lives. It's a great example of how education can be tailored to the unique needs of every student, no matter their age. The Senior High School for All Ages initiative tackles age bias. Often, older learners face discrimination or feel out of place in traditional educational settings due to their age. This program recognizes the value of lifelong learning and adapts to the needs of older students who may have different life responsibilities. It provides a welcoming environment for adult learners, helping eliminate age-related barriers in education. Another remarkable initiative is the ALIVE program, the alternative learning system for indigenous peoples, also implemented by DepEd Philippines. This program is specifically designed for indigenous communities, integrating local languages and traditions into the curriculum. Through the ALIVE program, indigenous learners are provided with culturally relevant education that respects and celebrates their heritage, while empowering them with the knowledge and skills they need for the modern world. It's an inspiring example of how education can be made more inclusive by honoring and incorporating the unique cultural backgrounds of students. The ALIVE program directly addresses cultural and sensitivity in education. Many indigenous students face challenges in traditional education system where their culture, language, and traditions are not reflected in the curriculum. The ALIVE program integrates local languages, tradition, and cultural practices into its lessons, ensuring that indigenous learners receive education that is not only relevant but also respectful of their heritage. This approach helps bridge the cultural gap and makes education more inclusive and meaningful for indigenous communities. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the powerful impact of education when it's designed with equity, diversity, and inclusion in mind. Today, we've explored 3 inspiring local best practices in the Philippines that are addressing key issues in education: the digital divide, cultural insensitivity, and age bias. Each of these initiatives shows us how education can evolve to better serve diverse learners. Through the DepEd Commons, we see how digital resources can be made available to all students, overcoming the barriers of internet connectivity. Senior High School for All Ages reminds us that education isn't just for the young, it's for everyone at any stage of life. And the ALIVE program highlights how honoring cultural differences makes learning more meaningful and inclusive for indigenous students. These programs serve as shining examples of how we can promote equity, diversity, and inclusion in education. They show that when we address the needs of every student, whether it's through accessible technology, flexible learning options, or culturally relevant content, we create a more inclusive and supportive learning environment. By continuing to build on these practices and learning from their success, we can ensure that no one is left behind. As we look to the future, let's keep working toward a system where education is accessible to all regardless of background, age, or resources. The path to a more inclusive educational world starts with each of us embracing and supporting these transformative practices. Thank you for joining. Let's continue to make education better for everyone, everywhere.